Hello, welcome to Newbie in Public Podcast, Milwaukee Internet Radio. Today is Monday, August 14th, 2023. Let's get started. This edition comes to you for the video game moment and the highly anticipated game of Grand Theft Auto 6 as Rockstar has been creating this. Check this out from the site Tech Radar. Rockstar has revealed that it has acquired CFX.re, the modding community and team behind FiveM and RedM, two of the biggest role-playing servers for GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. As reported by the sister site Game Radar recently, CFX.re has been officially welcomed into the fold with Rockstar, having watched the excitement as Rockstar's creative community have found new ways to expand the possibilities of Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, particularly through the creation of dedicated role-play servers. You can see Rockstar's official tweet on their Twitter page, which includes a link to the official news post. Okay, this is an exciting acquisition, particularly ahead of GTA 6, which could arrive with us next year, and leaves the door open to official mods being incorporated potentially into the game, or at least having mod community input. CFX.re reciprocated the confirmation with a tweet and post. The team is keen to highlight that nothing will change operationally henceforth. Day-to-day operations won't have any noticeable changes, and that there is no direct link to Grand Theft Auto's next installment. CFX.re said, "For those curious about what else Rockstar is working on, please understand that our partnership with Rockstar Games is focused on our FiveM and RedM platforms. So please do not ask them about the next GTA." Okay, clear enough. The statements naturally haven't stopped fans from getting enthusiastically carried away with how this coming together could affect and improve GTA 6. For context, the servers that CFX.re hosts enables players to create their own worlds in Rockstar games and play online together with them or within them. This leads to a multitude of possible adventures that can be had. Could these fans-made tales be adjacent to GTA 6 officially? We will keep an eye on that. Now that is interesting. For all of you Grand Theft Auto fans out there, please keep your eyes open. It will be a blast. Now, could this be the best-selling game of all time? Well, let's check it out. From Game Rant. All right. With more than 405 million sales between them, Rockstar Games' Grand Theft Auto series is one of the best-selling video game franchises of all time. If you don't believe me, this is from the online gaming source Game Rant. This is made all the more impressive by the fact that there have only actually been 7 mainline titles, 2 of which were released before the developers had arrived at the series' winning formula. The best-selling GTA games have sold tens of millions of copies, with the series' most successful installment now inching toward the $200 million mark, or the 200 million copies sold mark. Fans of the long-running video game franchise continue to wait impatiently for its next entry, but until GTA 6 arrives, they may want to remind themselves of some of the great games that helped pave the way. Grand Theft Auto Episodes from Liberty City 3 million in sales. Initially released as an Xbox 360 exclusive in the late 2009, Grand Theft Auto Episodes from Liberty City was something of a slow burner. In its first few months, it sold fewer than 160,000 copies. Those sales did pick up eventually, thanks in large to the PC and PS3 ports that were released in April of the following year. As the title might suggest, Grand Theft Auto Episodes from Liberty City is a compilation of sorts, providing players with the 2 DLC expansions for Grand Theft Auto 4. Interestingly, though, those who purchase digitally still need a copy of the original game to play them, whereas physical owners get everything they need on the disc. That was some of the pros and cons with the GTA 4 franchise. Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, 6 million in sales. Few developers supported the PSP quite as well as Rockstar Games did. The studio released 8 titles for the Sony handheld, including 3 GTA games, the second of which was 2006 title Grand Theft Auto Vice City. As with its predecessor, it would later be released on PS2. Set several years before the events of GTA Vice City, this game's version of the titular location is largely the same, though does feature 1 or 2 notable differences. Several familiar faces return as well, with the main protagonist, Vic Vance, having played an important role in the original game. Moving on to the Liberty City Stories with 11 million in sales. Grand Theft Auto Liberty City was first released for the PSP in October of 2005, with a PS2 port arriving in June of the following year. Set 3 years before the events of GTA 3, the game sees players once again returning to the familiar streets of Liberty City. This is more than just an asset flip, though. With a unique storyline and several key changes made to the map, certain locations found in GTA 3 are yet to be built at this point in time, and there are several buildings and districts that are destroyed throughout the course of the main story and are thus unique to this game only. Going on to GTA 3 with 14.5 million in sales, it was from the first, but many consider Grand Theft Auto 3 to be one of the founding fathers of the open world gaming genre. Many of the mechanics that is introduced would go on to inspire countless other video games and pave the way for a slew of the Grand Theft Auto clones. Much of GTA 3's success can be attributed to the freedom that it gives its players, with the game's crime-oriented storyline also doing a lot of heavy lifting. More than 2 decades on from its release, it remains one of the best-selling GTA games of all time and a must-play for the fan of the open-world sandbox titles. And moving along to Grand Theft Auto Vice City with 17.5 million in sales. Thanks to the iconic 80s setting, Grand Theft Auto Vice City is one of the most singular GTA titles of all time. The era in which the game was set not only influenced the story, but also the overall aesthetic of the game. From the way that the characters talk and dress to the music they listen to as they drive around the city. This was also the first time that the series experimented with casting celebrities as key characters, with the late, great Ray Liotta lending his voice to the playable character Tommy Vercetti. Vice City is one of the most unique settings in the series' rich history, which is why many series fans are hoping to return there in some future GTA games. Moving on, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas with 21.5 million in sales, the last mainline GTA game of the PS2 era. GTA San Andreas was also the most commercially successful of the original 3D GTA Trilogy. It sold more than 20 million copies across all platforms and was the best-selling title for Sony's sixth generation console. Given the success of the previous two games, it came as no real surprise when Rockstar opted to go with more of the same. There are a few notable improvements, and the game is noticeably larger. Either of its predecessors when it comes to the size of its map. Grand Theft Auto 4 with 28 million in sales. Though it may not come close to being the best-selling GTA game of all time, GTA 4 is many people's pick for the series' very best installment. Its driving mechanics mark an all-time high for the GTA franchise, where its storyline and writing are streets ahead of anything else that the franchise has to offer. Niko Bellic is arguably the perfect video game protagonist, somehow managing to remain relatable despite his all-time atrocities or atrocious actions. His story is both gritty and believable, and a big part of why 28 million people were so willing to part with their hard-earned cash to experience it for themselves. And my favorite, GTA 5, with 185 million in sales, with more than 185 to its name. Grand Theft Auto 5 sits behind only Minecraft when it comes to the best-selling video game of all time. The 2013 title has now been released across 3 different platform generations, which, together with its all-around excellence, has been one of the key driving factors behind its success. The game places players into the shoes of 3 main protagonists, allowing them to switch freely between the trio throughout most of the main story. The writing and gameplay are both excellent, as too is the game feature-rich online mode, which has generated billions of dollars in revenue for Rockstar over the past decade or so. And finally, from the online news rant, gaming giant platform of Game Rant, Rockstar Games job listings hint to a new detail about GTA 6's setting. Well, let's talk about this. Fans have been eagerly awaiting information about GTA 6, and a recent job listing on Rockstar's website may have provided a hint about the game's setting. The job opening at Rockstar Toronto's studio requires a candidate who is familiar with the era-specific culture and demographics, suggesting that at least part of the game will not be set in the modern era as we know it. Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick's statement about a significant inflection point in fiscal 2025 could mean that Grand Theft Auto 6 will be released sometime between 2024 and 2025, aligning with the recent rumors of a holiday 2024 launch. A job listing on Rockstar Portal has some hints about the GTA 6 setting. It has been almost a decade since GTA 5 launched, but Rockstar doesn't look to be in any hurry to release GTA 6. GTA 6 is possibly one of the most anticipated games in history, and fans have been asking for an update on it ever since GTA 5 launched. The success of GTA 5 is another reason behind the anticipation for GTA 6, as the expectations are to do even better than the game, which is the second highest selling game in video game history. Apart from the unfortunate GTA 6 leak that surfaced in September of 2022, there isn't a lot that fans know about the game. However, Rockstar may have let slip an interesting detail about its upcoming game via a job post. The Rockstar Games career page currently has an opening for character assembly artist at its Toronto studio, which has seemingly hinted toward the setting of GTA 6. The job requires the candidate be well-versed in era-specific culture and demographics with an understanding of fashion and street style. The job also requires the candidate to populate the open world, which seemingly means creating NPCs and styling them according to the game's setting. There is no official confirmation about flashbacks or time jumps for GTA 6, but this job listing possibly confirms that at least part of the game won't be set in the modern era. Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick recently stated that the company will witness a significant inflection point in fiscal year 2025, as stated before, and the game could launch in 2024 or 25. Another recent leak revealed that GTA 6 has reportedly been in development since 2015. This came via a former Rockstar employee who left the company in 2018 after almost 13 years of employment. Interestingly, they also mentioned that the Bully 2 title was in development but was canceled in soon after. Bully 2, great game as well if it have been released. I'll have more information on Bully and Bully 2 in a next show. Thank you again for joining me on this Game Rant edition for GTA 6. This is your boy Tawana Don, Newbie in Public Podcast, Milwaukee Internet Radio. God bless.